by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose but stars and bright stars through the pale woodless fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tale of the tape for this welterweight championship showdown between Cotto and Margarito. And you see the 3-year age advantage for the Puerto Rican fighter, perceived as being at the absolute peak of his career. Margarito, on the other hand, with a 3-inch height advantage. Arm lengths, however, are equal when measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. They both weighed in white at the 147-pound weight limit, and both look spectacular in doing so. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Miguel Cotto-Antonio Margarito fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case of caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell at any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
Antonio Margarito will enter the ring as about an 8-5 underdog. There were moments yesterday when Cotto was favored by more than 2-1, but those odds have been bet down in the closing hours before the fight takes place. Walking in the footsteps of Mexican legends like Salvador Sanchez and Julio Cesar Chavez and Carlos Zarate and the many before him who have faced off against Puerto Rican fighters in matchups like this. And this is the opportunity for which Margarito has so long awaited, while being deemed by many the most avoided man in the sport. Floyd Mayweather turned down $8 million. Shane Mosley turned down $8 million. Twice now Miguel Cotto has said, yes, I will fight him. And partially because of that, Margarito has been completely a gentleman in his pre-fight treatment of Cotto and has said absolutely nothing derisive about the opponent.
Yes, but this is his time right now. He feels this is his moment. And by the way, Jim, I'm just a few seats down from you is the great Julio Cesar Chavez, who's doing the broadcast also back in Mexico. But this is his moment. I first met him, I think, around 94 when I was training Chavez in Tijuana. And he came to the gym. He was just an amateur kid, and that was his hero. Now he has a chance to be the big star in the Mexican community.
Max Kellerman, one reason why he was so avoided, he turned pro at 15 in Mexico. He lost fights at a moment in his career when he had no leverage to try to pick opponents or to be guided by a promoter or a manager, and that left a stain on his career record, which made him seen as dangerous and not worth the risk.
Yes, and as a result of those early career losses, really when he was still a boy, he developed the way old-time fighters used to develop. He had to fight his way up through the ranks. And here he is a good reason he's been the most avoided guy. He never stops coming. He's a real puncher. He takes a hell of a shot.
He holds the CompuBox record for the most punches ever thrown in a 12-round fight, 1,675 of them against Joshua Clottey. It is problematic to try to get off that many punches against this man, Miguel Cotto, because as Cotto comes to the ring, walking in the footsteps of previous Puerto Rican legends like Carlos Ortiz and Wilfredo Gomez and Felix Trinidad, he has graduated from being perhaps the most devastating body puncher in the sport to now a body puncher who can box. There's one of his sons looking on. The family man, Cotto, can do it all, Emmanuel.
He can do it all, and he's had to do it all in order to survive. As a junior welterweight and as a welterweight, he's had some rough moments, but he's survived them and won those fights by boxing, by punching. But still, his signature punch is the left hook. Maybe one of the best left hooks to the body that I have ever saw in boxing.
And Max, in contrast to Margarito, he has the kind of background which has been the most successful path in the most recent years of modern boxing. A great amateur career, polished off at the Olympics, followed by a big money contract with the kind of promoter who could guide his path.
Yes, exactly. His pedigree is top-notch. He was a blue-chip prospect, successful at the highest levels of international amateur competition. His unblemished record as a professional speaks to his excellence. But, Jim, his vulnerability makes him even more exciting than he would otherwise be.
Margarito got here the hard way. Miguel Cotto was ordained for moments like this. Let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing is proud to present the main event of the evening. A fight fan's dream come true. 12 rounds of boxing for the welterweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the WBA and sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza with Attitude, Reebok, Rums of Puerto Rico, and Universal Pictures Death Race in theaters everywhere, August 22nd. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman John Bailey, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, WBA President Gilberto Mendoza. At ringside, the three judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system, should it go the distance: Glenn Hamada, Dave Moretti, and Jerry Roth. And inside the ring, the referee in charge of the action at the bell, Kenny Bayless. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with silver, he's 30 years of age and stands 5'11". Official weight, 147 pounds. Professional record, 36 victories, including 26 knockouts with 5 defeats. And he has knocked out 20 of the 27 opponents faced over the last 11 years. From Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, the two-time welterweight champion of the world, the Tijuana Tornado, Antonio Margarito. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing silver with blue, 27 years old, standing 5'7" and officially weighing 147 pounds. Professional record, a perfect one. 32 bouts, 32 victories, including 26 knockouts, with 18 knockouts in 6 rounds or less. Presenting the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA welterweight champion of the world, de Caguas, Puerto Rico, Miguel Ángel Cotto.
Okay, Trunk's okay here. Trunk's okay here. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room on the caution to keep the fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, Bruno Suarte. Touch him up.
This is the reason to love boxing. No moment in sport matches this.
We're just looking at him. Cotto is very warm. I mean, and very, very stimulated.
Breathtaking moment of suspense. It took a long time to clear a crowded ring. Many believe that Margarito will try to jump Cotto from the beginning.